Hey guys, and welcome back. I am your host, The Dark Legend. We are on episode 17, yes, 17, of my Dragon Age Origins / Awakening. We're still on our Origins, so we are taking our time, and playing through, roughly about 17 hours worth, I believe, roughly. So, we're gonna resume. Probably gonna go Dwarven now. We still gotta get the elves, but let's go to Dwarven. Still back in camp. Let's go sell some stuff really quick.
If there's anything I can do for you, I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
With my discount. I love discounts. This guy knows me oh so well. It's apparently all I need to fucking sell.
You and your friends are forming the dark word. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. I'm sure.
I think I want to become a berserker. Alright guys, that's specialization. We're not going to worry about that right now. We are taking off and going to Dwarven territory. Let's get our group going.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe that's where we have to go, guys. Of course, we're gonna get stopped along the way somewhere. Oh, yeah, right there.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance? It's either you or me. It's gonna be me.
And you shall pay!
Let's have at it! Just die already!
Begin the onslaught!
Right.
Alright, well, moving on. Probably gonna hit another one. Lucky us.
About time a warden show.
Look at this mess!
Low gauge disregard.
Attack! You had it coming!
Another battle!
Is that the best you've got?
Have at you!
Will not fear me!
Moving on, moving on.
Let kings fight over kings.
May
Trade
the
needs to flow.
ancestors protect us all.
How am I supposed to live with no crafts to sell? I'll be ruined. Thank the Maker.
Greetings, my lord. Greetings, my lord.
I demand an odd. You insult all of Ferelden with your act. King Loghain will not.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Iduken returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. You'll hear of this. King Loghain will see you quartered.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
A trust Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing.
Now that's
We
a
prefer
thing
that
of beauty,
outsiders
Daughter.
not witness
If
our
you were Carla
infighting,
Blanca, all
but your
the-
presence will be tolerated.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that. Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to... the Forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother.
So tell me, was the Tower of Magi everything you thought it would be?
Abominations running rampant.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these Dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You will not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Fool, I'll have him in the lead. Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
Sorry guys, dog problems again.
Yes, you should.
Wow. So this... is Orzammar. It's huge.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around here. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
This should be...
The social strata quickly makes itself evident no matter where one goes.
News of the hour! Lord Balin promises...
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Ferender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Oghren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha!
You lift a weapon, or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than... If you see any guardsmen, tell them... So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain...
Time to go join... Time to go fight in the Proving, guys.
Have you given thought to perhaps prolonging your life by forcing another spirit into your service?
Of course not.
They don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I mean, why would anyone...
The proving will begin shortly. I'm sure you can find a place in the stands. Or were you here to take part in the fight? Well, that's a surprise. Never thought the Grey Wardens would take an interest in our king. Let me just put you into the schedule here. Now, is there a particular name you wish listed? We'll just call you Grey Warden, seeing as those human names are a real burr to pronounce. We actually have an opening in the first round. Are you ready to start? Come back soon. You'll be fighting the bout as soon as both fighters are ready.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Why, I'm Baisel Harrowmont, but you know that. Why else would you... if you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. I left the Proving on my own business, and I have no intention of discussing it. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other. Balin's fighter, Miyaja, showed me love letters they have, from Revelka to me. If I fight, they'll expose us. You do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter Miaja has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Harrowmont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before. It's a pleasure. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. I bet he did. It's not so much what happened. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly? Maybe you're right. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, maybe I will at that.
Find a seat. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action. Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners use. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way. I trust you'll keep...
Never understood. Prince Balin will be happy to hear I've flattened you into the dirt. When the sun shines...
You looking at something? Right.
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone. They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor. The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Idukans. Your bravado is meaningless. We'll see.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found anything. Balin's fighter. She said if I fight, they'll be on every broadsheet for the next month. If you get those letters from me, I can enter the proving again. If If you want me...
So you're the Grey Warden Lord Harrowmont brought in to replace his missing fighters. I do. Just watch.
I do really like the dwarven parts. It's pretty sweet, actually.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave it. Where did you get those? No, I don't want to know. Just... thank you. I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe. I will be glad to fight for Harrowmont in the provings. Thank you again, friend.
Good, you're back. I was about to start looking for you. Are you ready to fight? Remember, once the fight begins, the roster is final. No new additions are accepted, and all withdrawals are marked as losses. Go down to the ring.